Hi, I'm Richard William Preisner, and thank you for taking a look at the diffusion comparison tool. This tool has been designed for cinematographers, videographers, photographers, filmmakers, and any kind of lighting professional to be a quick and easy way to compare different types of diffusion material at work. I've been really fortunate that Rosco have provided me with a range of different types of bounce and diffusion material from both their eColor Plus and Rosco Tex ranges. eColor Plus shares the same numbering system as Lee filters, and this tool will give you a loose idea of how both sets of filters will look. As a side note, Rosco textiles are not available in North America, but they are available in the UK, which is great for me. Below this video are two videos that explain how to save this web page and tool as an app on both iOS and Android, so you can easily access it on set or at work. Then below that, each diffusion video is separated into separate videos which are clearly labelled so that you can find what you're looking for very easily. I recommend that you watch the videos through in full and you take a look at how each bounce or diffusion material affects the spread and colour temperature of light hitting the model, atelier, or the objects. Look also at how the shadows are affected and shaped by each material, and then you can choose another video and compare the two. If you choose to watch on a device such as a phone or a tablet, make sure that you watch in full screen and turn the device horizontally so you can properly see the differences between the diffusion materials. For those of you with limited time, there's a PDF to download below where you can compare each diffusion material quite quickly just by scrolling through the document. Each video starts with a model test where you can evaluate how the light falls on the model atelier. This test shows how the material compares in my control light, which was a 1K tungsten Fresnel that I had access to. The diffusion or bounce material is always 4 feet away from atelier and the light is 6 feet away from that, so that makes the light 10 feet away from atelier in total. Where possible, I provided colour temperature shift information in the videos, but this is a guide only because I found this through research and I didn't have access to a colour meter during the test, unfortunately. However, you can see for yourself in each video how the colour temperature shifts away from the control. And because of that, you'll be able to judge whether it's something that you like for your project or not. I've also provided approximate stop loss information in the video. There are many variables which affect the accuracy of this measurement. So in order to try and control that, I decided to black out the room to control the spill and the bounce light that was hitting atelier. I did, however, choose not to flag the light so that it only passes through the diffusion material. That way, the tiny bit of light that spills around the room helps to fill in the shadows and have them not be too dark and distracting when you're trying to compare each material. Following the model test is a shadow comparison test. Here you can see each material offered up in front of the source and how the shadows are affected on a range of everyday objects. Personally, I find this part of the test really fascinating and the part where the differences are the most obvious because you can see how the shadows are affected for each material in a different and unique way. The way the videos are constructed, you're able to see each material twice up against the bare 1K Fresnel source. Just like the model test, the diffusion or bounce material is always 4 feet away from the objects and the light is 6 feet away from that, making the light 10 feet away from the objects in total. I was limited by the size of the studio I was shooting in and the requirements of the test, so I wasn't able to place the light exactly where I would have liked it in order to light atelier, but fortunately I had a great model, so it still looks good. If you watch until the end of the video, there's some extra information about the test setup, the camera and lens being used, more information about the material and contact details. With this tool, I've designed it with speed and clarity in mind, so that a lighting professional can access it easily at work or in preparation and not get bogged down in too much information that isn't relevant for them at the time. In my own personal experience as a cinematographer, I'm often under pressure at work to make decisions quickly, and I've tried to design this tool so that it's easily accessible and simple to use without too much information. There are many more thorough and detailed tests available online, and I've been very much influenced by the American cinematographer article Diffusion Confusion by Jay Holborn and Katie Williams. I've linked to this great article and others below, and you can find out more by checking them out. If you have any feedback about the tool or any ideas about how I can improve it, please don't hesitate to get in touch. I want to thank the model Atelier for her great work, looking left and right hundreds of times consistently throughout a long day in a dark room. And you can check out her work at the end of the video via her Instagram handle. I also want to thank Ben Skern for his great feedback, Gary Tompkins for his amazing technical assistance, and Kristen Arroyo, Lauren Proud, and everyone else at Rosco that has helped me out over the last couple of years. You can follow me at RW Preisner, and I also host a podcast called Vision and Graft, where I sit down and chat with fellow creatives about the hurdles that they've faced in their career and how they've sought to overcome them. You can check this out at visiongraft.com or on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Google Podcasts? Google Play. Thanks for watching, and I hope this tool is really useful for you in your work.